channel. I'm J, and we are locked in. This is the recap for episode 1 of Raising Kanan, season 3. Now, the recap is a little late. I've been having technical difficulties with the weather. It's snowing, and hey, it is what it is. I'm in Germany, but the hell with all of that. Raising Kanan is back. I gave this episode a 9, and the finale, the ending, because, well, it was Burke's finale, RIP to her. Amazing work. Now, before we jump into this and we break down this episode, if you like power content, theories and predictions, recaps like this, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm on that road to 45,000 subscribers. So each and every one of you, I appreciate you. And if you don't see this at 100 likes, hit that like button. Now, it's going down in New York City. People shot up. The feds. Burke is gone. Kanan's on his own. We met Ronnie. So let's jump into it. This is episode 1, the recap.
You the heir to this throne, Kanan, and it's waiting for you, if you want it.
We start off the episode with Marvin and Demo. Remember, Marvin got shot up inside of the projects. They were trying to hold down Baisley, and it didn't work like they planned. Now, Demo is driving him off. He has a bullet wound in him, and we know that Marvin is the comic, and Demo said at least it went straight through. Marvin looks at him and says, "Is that supposed to be a good thing? There is a hole in my body that should not be there." So even though Marvin is shot up, he's still making jokes. As far as Raquel goes, she's shot up also. She's in the hospital and the feds are coming knocking. Miss Thomas, we need to ask you some questions about what happened. Now she's on the phone with Lulu and she's telling Lulu to blame everything on Crown. And when we say on Crown, because remember, Crown was in debt to everybody. The feds are investigating everybody. And although Marvin was shot, Marvin still went to the stash house to collect all the money. And the reason he went to get the money is because we know at this point there's a war going on. Any place can get hit. But if the feds, they're watching, then we got to move everything. Because at this point, we got to be on point. Because if not, everyone can go down. And that's why you see the Rico board behind me. We find out about Unique's brother Ronnie. Now, when Kanan and Jukebox were sitting in the waiting room, we hear over the news that there was a tampering with evidence, manufacturing evidence. So Ronnie got out of jail a week early, and he also got his case thrown out because of a crooked cop. Now, him and Unique, their relationship is kind of rocky. He's been in jail for 3 years. It doesn't seem like Unique has came to pay him any visits. So right now, Ronnie is institutionalized and he's just observing everything that Unique is doing. But this also caught Unique off guard because he didn't know that he was getting out this soon. While Raquel is in the hospital, the feds are asking questions. Who were these people that came after you? Now she's giving them a whole spiel about the music studio, how Crown had a lot of people that he owed money to. She even tells on the mob and tells the feds that some white boys came and attacked her. Now, we all know that she's in the streets beefing with the mob, so she low-key dry snitched on them and said the white boys came after me because Crown owed them money. Now, I know a lot of people are saying she's just blaming it all on Crown, but she's also telling on the people that attacked her. She should have said, I didn't know who none of the white guys were. All I did was grab the gun and shoot them. But Raquel, she's the leader. She already told Lulu, blame everything on Crown also. Detective Burke has been after Howard since the beginning of time. Ever since she got on the police force, her sole objective is to bring down Howard. Well, she bursts into the hospital. We can't trust Howard. There's a lot of stuff going on. Everything is connected to him. Raquel, Kanan. But Captain, he's not trying to hear this because at this point, the mob, they're dropping. The Thomas family, they're dropping. There's a war going on in these streets. So what he does is tell Burke to basically be quiet. Give me your badge. Give me your gun. You're suspended. You are out of here. Now, Burke is trying to convince him, hey, listen, Detective Howard ain't playing fair. Something is up. But you hear Howard come outside and he's trying to defend her. Man, Captain, Howard is a good detective. She just won't get out of her own way because he's trying to downplay it to make it seem like he doesn't have any issues with Burke. Now, the mob, they just like everybody else. They scrambling. Sal, Stefano, they're talking and Stefano is telling them, listen, you're done. Stand down. Whatever you're doing, it ain't working. You can't clean it up. Raquel is still alive and the feds have everything bugged up right now. So Sal is officially off of mob duties. Well, he's still the mob boss in Jersey, but Stefano told him, "You don't do anything else in New York unless I tell you to." So right now, we're starting to see everything is getting serious out here in these streets. Over at Rock's house, she's still moving in and getting unpacked. Now she asked young Kanan, "Hey, can you help me unpack this stuff? Because I only have one arm." Now Kanan, he gets a little disrespectful, but he tells her, "I don't live here. I'm not doing it." Marvin is trying to say, "Hey, Kanan, help your mom." He's like, "I don't live here." Now when they get at the table, they do start talking to Jukebox, and she wants to know why did her mother Kenya end up getting killed. Well, Marvin and Raquel are lying and say, "Well, Kenya, she cared for you and she wanted to talk to Raquel about you and trying to make things right. It's just unfortunate that she got shot." Now, Kanan, on the other hand, he ends up storming out because he starts revealing information like Diana did at the Tejada dinner table. He's saying, "Why don't you tell them about my dad?" Now, Marvin making jokes saying, "Well, I thought DEFCON was his dad." Kanan leaves. Jukebox goes out there and tries to talk to him. "Kanan, give your mom a chance." Kanan said, "I'm done. Everything that she says is a lie. Raquel just told everyone at the table she's out the game. She's not going to be the same way she was." But young Kanan, he knows a lie when he hears a lie because she's been lying to him ever since we seen her on screen with young Kanan. Unique and Ronnie, they riding around. Mind you, Unique did not know he was getting out early. But one of my theories that I had and the predictions that I had was Ronnie wasn't going to be seeing eye to eye with his little brother Unique because he's partnered up with Raquel. Raquel and Unique, they're supposed to be opposites. They aren't supposed to be working together. Ronnie built an organization and Unique almost lost all of it, and now he's working with the opposition. So for Ronnie, he's looking at it like, "Man, you kind of weak out here, Unique. If it was me, I would still be on the block making all of the money." Now, Unique, we don't know if he has a plan up his sleeve. Right now, Ronnie ain't going for anything that he's doing. Ronnie wants to get back in the game and be the man. Famous and Kanan are still trying to figure it out. The streets need a body. We ain't got no remix. We don't have a new mixtape. And all that being said, that means we aren't making any money. They got an eviction notice. And Kanan is like, "Hey, don't your guy, your plug, does he have any kind of work? Simrad?" Famous is like, "I don't know. All I do is buy weed, Kanan. I can't be on the block like that. I ain't built like that." Kanan was like, "Well, we got to get some money. Rent is due." So Kanan is already figuring out, how can I get in these streets and make a couple of dollars? Lulu is going through it. He done fell on hard times. And the reason I'm saying this is because his sister owns him. The studio is gone. He had to blame everything on Crown. Ziza's dead. It's ugly for him. He's drinking his pain away. And he's talking to Marvin and telling Marvin, Raquel is basically a liar and the devil, just like Kanan said. When he wanted out the game, she said no. When she wants out the game, she can just get out the game like this. And on top of that, she killed Scrappy and admitted that she messed up. That was not a street kill. That was unjustified. And even Marvin, he kind of thought, okay, let me try to justify it. But Lulu said, no, Marvin, she fucked up. So Lou, he's starting to do just like Kanan because she's treating him more of a son than she is as a brother. And he's stepping away from her. As far as Detective Burke goes, Burke, she's been talking to her dad, and her dad's been telling her, "Listen, you are hard headed. Get this through your head. You are under investigation, not Malcolm." Well, they got to go talk to the union rep about her being suspended. And more information comes out that she's been talking to minors illegally. They don't have any guardians, any representation. And her dad is like, "What the hell are you doing?" Now, they've been cutting her some slack because of the respect that they have for her father, Patrick. Now, even a lawyer is saying, "Hey, listen, she ain't did nothing wrong, but she's suspended at this point. There's no coming back." And as her father told her earlier, which was a little bit of foreshadowing, get it through your head. You got to chill. You're under investigation. Famous and Kanan, they go meet up with Simrad. Now, they trying to get some work, but we find out that, well, we already knew this. Famous is a low-key junkie. He's a dope fiend. And Simrad said, "Nah, man, there's a war going on in the street. There's some mob members that got killed. People are getting shot up." And Kanan is saying, "Listen, we just want to get some work so we can put some money in our pocket. We didn't have anything to do with that." Now, Simrad, he did the right thing. You don't know these two like that. You know Famous is going to smoke up everything you give him. So he's like, nah, I can't hook you guys up at this point. That's just something I can't do. We start to see the bond building between Jukebox and her dad, Marvin. Now, she went to school, and at this point, they're kind of showing us she doesn't have an idea of what direction she wants to take in life. Now, she did say she wanted to be a singer. Now, her guidance counselor offered her being an officer in the United States Army, which would be good to go. Hell, you can get in the choir in the Army and they pay you. So that was always an option. And as an officer, you're better than enlisted. But once she gets home, she sees her dad going through some stuff that her mom left for. And she's hurting right now because it's basically, why didn't my mom love me? Why was my mom the way she was? And it's kind of ironic that the shoulder that she's crying on is Marvin. And Marvin is going to her wake and told her, hey, Juke, Laverne, if you want to go, I'll go with you. Kanan is trying to hit the block, but his parents need to come and talk to him. Yes, the police daddy and his queen pen mama. They come and talk to him, and they're telling Kanan, listen, well, first of all, you're living kind of slummy over here. But secondly, the feds are out here. Detective Burke is out here. So they're trying to devise a plan for all of them to be on the same page, for them not to get caught up in nothing. Now, Kanan, he doesn't want to hear none of this. He definitely isn't listening to Raquel. And he's like, you want me to listen to you? Because no one really knows what's going on. And Raquel and Malcolm can't even get on the same page. So for Kanan, it's like, man, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. I'm getting in the game. Lulu hits up Kanan to come back to the old house that Raquel was shot up in. Now, when we get in here, we see that Lulu is still drinking that bottle. He drinking more than me. He's depressed. I drink because I do it for entertainment purposes and, to be social. Well, they both come to the conclusion that Raquel ain't shit. She's lying to both of them. Neither one of them appreciate her. Neither one of them want to do what she wants them to do. Neither one of them want to be up under her house, up under her umbrella. No one wants anything to do with Rock except for loyal as Marvin. And Lulu, as I mentioned earlier, he's going through it. Rock is putting all this pressure on him to be what she wants him to be. Now, Unique's been putting in that work. He left his baby mama. She's like, what are we going to do about Ronnie? He said, don't worry about it. I got you. Kissed his baby mama and went straight to Raquel's house. Now, at this point, they're on the same team. And we know that Unique is the cleanest but grimiest person we know on television. He goes over there, they get to talking. She making some eggs with that one arm. And one thing leads to another. And when you're in the dope game, dope dealers with dope dealers, that matches up. That matches up and they end up getting it on. Unique, Raquel. We might have us a power couple on our hands, but we know that Ronnie doesn't like what he sees. While Marvin is at Kenya's wake, Jukebox doesn't show up, but she does go through the box of all the old records that she has, and she just starts listening to tunes because that's what she wants to do. She wants to sing. Now, we know in the future, Jukebox ends up turning into a police officer, so we're waiting to see that transition. But at this point, Juke is really in her own world, and she's going to have to find her way in this world because she's not in the dope game. We haven't seen her boosting any more clothes. And her and Marvin, they are getting close. But while Marvin is at the wake, he gets up and leaves also. So right now, everyone has their own sorrows. And then we get to the good part. What made this episode great. Detective Howard called up Burke and told her to come meet him. They need to talk. Let's get some stuff off our chest. Well, when they meet up, Detective Burke lays all her cards out. You never do this. She starts telling him about Kanan, about Raquel, about Sam being dead. Everything linking back to Howard. Well, he couldn't take that. And eventually, he lost his cool. Bah! Took her head off, right in the car. Turned out she had a gun up under her lap because she didn't trust Howard. But Detective Howard took out Burke, wiped down everything, and took her gun, made it look like a suicide. And remember, this is the early 90s. DNA and forensics wasn't as advanced as it is today. All right, there you go. Episode 1, Raising Kanan. Man, this season is already better than anything I've seen on TV when it comes to the street perspective. Raising Kanan, I got the season. I'm going to put the season at a 9. Nothing less than a 9. They came out the gate like this. Let me know what you guys think about Kanan. Is he going to be able to get on the block? Episode 2. And is any of these bodies going to start coming back on Detective Howard? Is Bert's daddy, Patrick, going to say anything? Let me know what you think. I'm J. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on that road to 45,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Tune in tonight for Monday Mistakes. We're going to pick 3 characters, talk about them, talk about where they went wrong and how they could potentially fix it. Man, I'm excited about raising Kanan. And let me tell you, no one's going to outwork us over here. So if I said something to make you go, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button if you don't see this at 100 likes. Thanks for watching. I'm out.